Hi guys, Mark here. Well, welcome along today to Crescent Honda here in the south of England, and today we're taking out the 2021 Honda CBR650R. Stick around and I'll give you my thoughts on it. Well, hi guys, welcome along today to review on the 2021 CBR650R. Let's have a look around it, shall we, and just go through the specifications. Well, first off, this is kindly loaned to me by Crescent Honda here in the south of England. Go and check them out. Got a huge range of demo bikes available. So this is the 2021 model, quite a few upgrades from the previous model. These are coming in at £8,149. They've got an ultra smooth, really reliable 649cc 16 valve double overhead cam inline 4, producing lots and lots of low RPM power and really nice punchy mid-range with a screaming top end as well. So 94 horsepower at 12,000 RPM on these, 63 Newton meters of torque at 9,500 RPM. Fuel tank on these is 15.4 litres. Very economical, these engines. This is currently showing average of 60 to the gallon UK, which is about 24-25 kilometers per litre. So you should get a tank range of well over 150 miles. These are coming in at 208 kilograms wet weight. Seat height on these, 810 millimeters. Nice and narrow at the front here. So just have a look at me on the bike, but I'll put a cutscene in for you. Bear in mind I'm 5'7" tall, but more importantly 30-inch inside leg. Just see how I fit on the bike. You'll see that I can flat foot it quite easily. Tyres on these, got a 120 on the front and a 180 section on the rear, 17-inch wheels, and these are currently running Dunlop Sport Max tyres. Six-speed gearbox on this, which is about as light as you can get. We'll get onto that later on. These can be made A2 compliant for new riders. Servicing on these, got nice decent long service intervals, 8,000 miles for the oil change service and 24,000 miles for the valves. We've got radial mount calipers, Nissin 4 pots on the front, twin disc setup, good strong braking on this. Obviously ABS is standard now. A new upgrade for this year, we've got the Showa separate function fork big piston, which gives really good controlled damping and a nice sort of sporty feel as well. Got the rear monoshock with a preload adjustable up in there. Got LEDs all round, which is a nice touch. Comes with Honda torque control, which is their take on traction control. You can just turn it on and off there. Got assist and slipper clutch. It's the lightest clutch you're probably ever going to find on a motorbike. There is an option to have a quick shifter fitted on these. There's a nice convenient USB charging point under the seat there. And these are available in this lovely red or a black. There you go, guys. Middleweight sports bike, usable for the road as well, not too extreme riding position. Let's go for the test ride. Okay, Honda CBR650R test ride. Let's do this. So nice and easy to swing a leg over. I must admit, when you sit on it for a sports bike, it's really comfortable. Really nice narrow seat at the front here. I'm not tall, 5'7". I can easily get both feet down flat to the floor, so that's good if you're a new rider coming to a sports bike. Always inspires confidence. So just turn the dash on. Slightly changed dash for this year. LCD, you've got your gear indicator, got your revs around the outside, fuel gauge, lots of different sort of average miles per gallon, trip meters, clock, temperature gauge, mileometer, and I've set it so that you can have the revs down there as well, all your warning lights. Switch gear, quite simple on this. Traction control on and off, high and low beam and flash, horn, indicators, hazards, kill switch and starter. That's about it really. We have a non-adjustable for span clutch and an adjustable for span front brake lever. So let's fire up. So obviously 4 cylinders, lovely smooth sound on this. So I did review the 2019 model, very impressed with that. See if this one rides any differently. So really smooth clutch. Quite a late take on the clutch at the end of the travel. But the first thing you notice is how silky smooth it is. Really smooth. Okay, so we're just coming out onto the open road on the CBR650R. Try out all its features, see what the power's like, see what the handling's like and the braking. So we'll just run through the bike. So they fitted a Honda aftermarket screen on this. It's like a flip double bubble, black colour, and it does a good job of directing the wind. But the wind's actually sort of hitting me about just below my helmet. I can feel it. It's not turbulent. Obviously it's a lean forward position on this bike, sort of semi-racy, and all in all the wind blast is very acceptable. I must say this Showa front fork big piston is absolutely fantastic. Superb ride quality, really good. So the mirrors quite out there on the front of the fairing. I can see half of my body and about half of the road behind me, so averagely good mirrors, I would say. You can still see behind you if you tuck your elbows in a bit, not too bad. The engine is extremely flexible. Having the extra sort of 50 cc's from Sport 600s some years ago, it really does make it flexible. You know, in 5th gear now, winding it on, it really pulls nicely. So the riding position, I think they've made it a little bit sportier for this model, a little bit lower on the clip-ons. It's not extreme, say like, you know, a Ninja 636 or an R1. The clip-ons are just above the top yoke, so it's definitely an everyday sports bike. It's not extreme by any means. So a little bit of weight on your wrists, and the leg position is quite up and tucked back, but still pretty comfortable. Nice cutouts into the tank. All in all, you know, a nice comfortable position. The seat feels very well padded and nice, so no issues at all with the seat. So generally riding position, ergonomics, first class. Okay, let's just drop this down a few gears and see what it's like on the old acceleration. 2nd gear, full throttle. Yeah, that's quick. So it's got about 90-ish horsepower. It's not your kind of 110 horsepower that we're used to with the old school Super Sport 600s. But it's kind of, this is more geared for everyday use really. And do you know what, I think it's great. You could definitely ride this every day to work. You could go commuting on it. You could do a track day on it. you can even do some touring on it. So very impressive. So we're top gear now, 4,000 revs. Just try the overtake. Yeah, very safe. That's nice. So at this sort of revs, we're doing 4,000. The engine's super smooth. Later on, we'll get the revs a bit higher on the motorway and see if there's any vibrations at all. So the LCD dash has been slightly changed for this model. Quite a few people have complained in the past about not being able to see it very clearly. I think it's okay. I mean, it's quite bright sunlight at the moment. I could read everything really clearly. A TFT would have been nicer, but I can see everything there. Gear position, revs, speedo, clock, very easily. So no real problems there whatsoever. So this has got the assist and the slipper clutch, and I have to say you'd be hard pushed to find a smoother and lighter clutch than this. So no quick shifter on this, that's an option, but the gearbox is super smooth, very light, nice positive action. Okay, so we're just in a 30 limit now. Just going to check out the fueling. Going through town, check for any nasty surging. Obviously this is Euro 5 now, and some Euro 5 bikes they run a bit lean at low RPMs and can be a bit fluffy and surgy in the fueling, but this feels absolutely perfect. Fourth gear now, we're just doing just over 2,000 RPM. No hunting, no surging. Throttle response is nice and smooth. It's not super instant, it's a little bit sort of relaxed throttle. That's nice. So no riding modes on this. Okay, so we're just on a motorway now, just to try out the CBR's higher speed cruising ability. Just approaching 70 miles an hour. 5,000 RPM, so nice relaxed revs for doing some touring. Got a few buzzes coming through the foot pegs now, but nothing too bad. Loads of top gear power, accelerating up from 70. Very stable, not affected at all by the crosswinds. Feels really composed. Lovely suspension on this bike. So we're just under 6,000 revs now. So just a few buzzes and tingles coming through the bars. Nothing too bad. Most four cylinders do buzz a bit in the mid-range. So yeah, it's 70 miles an hour, guys. Very relaxed. If you wanted to do some long distance touring on this, the riding position isn't too extreme. So just winding it open, loads of power in top gear. Wind's taking all the weight off my wrists. So seat still feels comfortable on this. Been on it about an hour now, no issues with numb bum. So yeah, all in all, guys, CBR is good at the higher speeds for higher speed cruising. Top marks for me. So in fourth gear now, 30, we just open it up a bit, see how she pulls from 3,000. Whoa, very strongly. That's very good. So yeah, they kind of tuned this engine more for mid-range torque rather than absolute ultimate top-end power. And I think it works. This is definitely a really nice day-to-day sports bike. I mean, around these bends, the handling is excellent. The Dunlop tyres feel good. So in sixth gear now, 60 mile an hour, doing just over 4,000 RPM. So very relaxed. If you wanted to do just some cruising or some touring, this would be just the job. Okay, so we're just in top gear now, guys, 35. We'll just wind it open, see what the top gear acceleration is like. So full throttle, There's your 50, there's your 60, and it just keeps going on. Top speed on this is around about 140 miles an hour, I would estimate. Right, we'll just try a brake test now. Front brake only. Full front brakes. Oh, they're good. Very good. And it's got a clever Honda thing where when you put the front brakes on hard, it flashes the hazards. So Nissan front brakes are good. Just try the back brake out. Oh yeah, that's got a lot of bite as well. Fourth gear, just winding it open. Few little vibes just starting to come through the foot pegs at 6,000 RPM. But on the whole, it's a very smooth engine. You've got to be careful not to hit the horn button when you're doing the indicators, because the indicators are below the horn, so that's just a little quirk of these Honda switch gears. And also the traction control button is quite long, and it just kind of touches your left forefinger, which is a bit weird, but I'm just nitpicking. So yeah, the brakes are really strong. Feels very, very flickable. I think you could have an absolute hoot on this round a track. But I've had a lot of experience of Ninja 636s and R6s, and even though they are great, they're very extreme for the road. This is much more user-friendly, much more usable on a day-to-day basis, I would say. Alright guys, we'll just have a little walk round. Lovely. See what she's like into neutral. Very easy. Just leave it running for the old obligatory sound test. Sounds good to me. Give you a little look at that dash. Just leave it running. We'll have a look at the front headlights. Yeah, they look good. Really nice. Indicators. Excellent. And we're currently showing 61 miles per gallon, which is excellent. Right then guys, let's have a little walk round, shall we? So there's your aftermarket Honda screen. Good LED lights, excellent brakes, superb Showa front forks, really nice plush suspension on this. Engine looks really nicely put together. You just can't fault it with Honda, can you really? I think these are made in Thailand now. There's your coolant, easy to see, oil dipstick, USB end of the seat. That's aftermarket. The seat cover looks nice. Obviously good service intervals on these, 8,000 miles, which is excellent. See what she's like to push around off the side stand. So very light off the side stand if you're a new rider, and it's easy to push around. So all in all guys, you know, a very affordable for £8,000 practical, dare I say, sports bike. So yeah, very impressed with that. Post your comments down below guys. Have you got one of these? Are you thinking of getting one? I think that's probably one of the best all-round sports bikes for the road, really. I mean, I know Fireblades and R1s and the like are great, but they are super powerful for the roads that we've got these days, and this is a little bit more of a sensible option, shall we say. Okay, please like, share and subscribe as always guys, and I'll catch you again in another week or so. This is Mark signing off. All the best guys, ride safe, bye bye for now.